So I guess I'm last and I got to see all of this amazing stuff. So I feel, completely in awe of everything that you guys have accomplished. And first, let me say thank you to all of the DLI staff for everything that you've done. It's been a pleasure spending a good chunk of our summer with you. So thank you for all of the help and support that you've given. So I'm just gonna, one of the either advantages of being last is that either everyone is gone and there's no time, and so it's just like, oh, hello, bye, and bye, or that there's this ton of time where I can just, keep talking in professorial mode for the next half hour. But I'll do neither of those. So I will just walk you through. This is my Intro to Archaeology course that I teach for the anthropology department. Essentially, what's happened is I've decided to create it as a flipped classroom. So the vast majority of any lecturing that happens will happen offline, and then I have one meeting every week as a synchronous Zoom session where we have a variety of different activities, breakout rooms, polls, and things like that. And I think once we're back in the classroom, hopefully sometime soon, that I'm going to continue to do that and do this as a flipped classroom, so that I can use more of the time with the students to actually do things rather than just to talk at them, and really utilize that kind of active learning strategies. I'm just going to come through this and show you guys a few things that may be a little bit different about how I've approached the course and Canvas. And certainly if there's something that you like and you would like to borrow or have, please, I'm more than happy to share whatever you see, so just let me know, or you can, I think Fanny has access to most of this too, so you can connect with her too. Just one thing that I want to share from this, this syllabus homepage, and I find it a kind of a misnomer to call this a syllabus. I don't think there's anything called a syllabus anymore, at least in how I teach. I'm trying to enculturate with the students that the whole Canvas site is the syllabus, and it's a living document. It's going to change, and that there's no actual PDF paper thing that they can print out and call that the syllabus, but rather that it's this whole package that is our learning management system. And I'm getting the sense that they are much more accustomed to that because they're coming through K through 12 using learning management systems, and so they're kind of familiar with that that ecology of learning. One of the things I've found out in the past couple of years is that they really don't know what office hours are. So I've actually created this little FAQ that some people might find funny. I found it, fun to actually develop. And it was kind of inspired by this faculty office hours video that was put out by Arizona State, and I think it was Andrea Abersold that led me onto it, just so that students can recognize that, especially in a time when they can't actually show up at an actual office, that we are accessible, that we are human beings too, and even though they may think of us as these godlike figures, we have lives, and we have our own faults and peccadillos. So that's just one thing that I've realized that they don't necessarily, and especially I think it helps for students who are not necessarily, or maybe new to college, maybe first time, first generation college students, to really understand what that relationship with their professor is supposed to be like. Yeah, like many of you, I grafted onto this template that DTI has shared with us, and I've been evangelizing it to many of my colleagues in the anthro department as well, so it's getting reproduced elsewhere. Really, I'm not going to play that because it's a really cringy welcome video that I created, but I will show a few things from the kind of course logistics policy page. I really like this kind of ability to jump around through the through this page. That, so if I have this assignment overview that takes them through the general grading. This is something that I've created that I think is useful just to kind of get everyone on board what it means to be part of a classroom, and how learning happens. So I'm more than happy to share that. Yeah, let me go to the next button. Yeah, this is a page I've been developing over a number of years of just how do I earn an A in this course and make sure that they understand that grades aren't given, they're earned, what that will mean, what is expected of them in general. So kind of a general rubric. And I'm trying to get them also to think about, I'll skip through this page. Move that, to recognize what, this one's pretty familiar. Many of you, next, and next, where is it?
Can I ask what page the code of conduct and all that was on? Was that on a particular tab?
Yeah, so that was, if I'll go into modules here, I have that in this kind of course logistics and policies page.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe was it back in this page? I can't remember. Yes, I forgot to mention from this page that, the rubrics, right, they need to take advantage of them, and they need to look at them actually before they do their assignments, rather than wait till after and be like, oh, that's what I did wrong. But rather that these rubrics can really be their best friend as they are getting ready to do their assignments. And then finally, let me just take you through kind of a typical week for them. Let me take week 2. So every week, which is kind of its own module, I have an overview page that lays out the learning objectives or the kind of general course topics, what they need to do. In my course, right, the lectures and supplementary videos are the kind of primary source of knowledge that they are gaining, and because I've never found an intro archaeology textbook that is good, in my opinion. So, in terms of readings, those I find them to be supplementary for them. And, some of it's from a textbook. And also I just have gotten to the point where I am trying to create classes where there's nothing for them to buy. Everything that they need to read or access through this course is freely available to them, whether we have it access through the library. With the videos, many of them will have these UJA quizzes, just one so that they're forced to actually watch the whole video without fast forwarding through it. So because I've done that, I've also created a page where they have all the lecture videos without the quizzes, so that then they can go use those UJA lectures so that they can fast forward when they want to review for the midterm and the final. So they watch, they read, they get ready for a Zoom. So every week in Zoom, there's going to be a discussion topic that they have to prepare for ahead of time, that will go into a breakout room. They get their agenda for what the Zoom will be. I started 10 minutes early so that they can have doggy office hours with our little Havanese dog. And we now have a kitten, so now I will be equal access to both felines and canines, lovers in the group. We don't have any guinea pigs or anything of that nature. Yeah, and then just a reminder that come to office hours, right? And a reminder to go ahead and use a discussion board if you have questions. If you took one of those UJA quizzes and you didn't get something right and you're not sure why, use that discussion board to ask that question. And because if you have that question, probably someone else in the course does as well.